Oh, hey there, good morning everybody. How's everybody out there in YouTube land this morning? I am getting ready to swap out dinghies. I've decided to go ahead and purchase that Avon and give them my old West Marine by Zodiac. I got a few things I'm trying to get off of the West Marine. It had a couple interesting things like a place for a fire extinguisher, so I gotta undo that so I can salvage that piece off of it. And then it's going to be exciting to actually have a working dinghy for a change. So you can see here's the little bracket for the fire extinguisher. I want to make sure I get this switched over to the new dinghy because it's sort of a nice feature to have, and it meets the Coast Guard requirements. So there we go, got that off. Anyhow, just trying to get some of these jobs done. And you can also see here on the dock I have that Groco head that was given to me. The guy gave me two heads. Two heads are better than one. I don't need two. I'm going to install the other one eventually, not right now, but I'm going to install it eventually, probably once I get down to Florida and I decide to use it to get the boat ready and, you know, put a proper head in it so I can stow the boat, make it easier to stow the boat. So anywho, trying to get this boat off the deck. The deck looks a lot clearer now with all that gone. Also, I'm working on this forward halyard. For some reason, when I installed the one of the halyards up off the bow, we got it wrapped around the roller furling mechanism up at the top. We got it between the roller furler and the line up there. So there's a little metal piece that sticks out that for some reason it keeps catching on. And but if I have it tied up against the mast, it doesn't do that. Well, if I have it tied up against the mast though, of course, then you get mast slap. And if anybody's been in a boat yard, you know what that's like. Wind's blowing and you hear all the halyards clang, 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 clang against the mast. So not a good situation. So I may take my new head sail that I just put up, I may take it down today, which I'm not looking forward to. I may remove it and then get that line straightened out and then put it back up again. So, good morning, how are you? Pretty dog. Little guy walking by, got a little white fur ball. There it is. Little white fur ball. So anyhow, I'm waiting on the other dinghy to come. It's not going to be here till later this afternoon, so I'm going to be here all day today waiting on that. And this West Marine, I'm going to kick it to the curb. Just simply going to kick it to the curb. I think the guy bringing me to the dinghy, he's going to take it. He's going to take it and probably try to fix it up and sell it. But the more and more I look at it, the more and more I realize that it's in pretty bad shape. Urgh. Drag it over here to the curb. Make it easier for him to take it and load it. There we go. Not interfering with the dock any, blocking about half of it. People still get around. Nobody here but me and the crew here. Well, I've not seen them in a while. They were up and around earlier. Oh, I didn't feel bad about starting my generator this morning, but I haven't seen them since. I don't know if they went somewhere. Probably went somewhere to get breakfast would be my guess. So anyhow, I got to carry this Groco head over to the consignment store. I want to do that now before it rains. It was raining earlier. It's going to be raining here in a little bit. But there's the Groco. They're going to take it on consignment. So that's one more thing off the boat. And then The other dinghy, I left it sitting right there, kind of up out of the way. It won't interfere with any of my lines right there. It does interfere with us being able to walk up and down this side of the boat, but me and the dog always use the other side anyway, or at least we've gotten into the habit of that. And this way it's not at all interfering with my visibility, ability to see where I'm going. I don't know, I may put it back up where the other dinghy was, I don't know. After getting rid of this head, I may try reorganizing the one lazarette, maybe even stuffing it down in the lazarette for now, but I've decided I'm gonna go ahead and try to clean it up, fix it with the material that I bought for doing the repair on the other one. I'm gonna use that glue and material on this one and get it fixed so that the floor holds nicer, and I'm gonna clean it really good so it looks nice. So when I get down to Marathon, Florida, I'll go ahead and sell it down there. I won't be needing it. It doesn't work for me. A slat floor dinghy is just not the right design for somebody my size. It's just not gonna work, so we'll get that taken care of. I did run into a rigging issue, has me a little concerned right here. This had one broken wire, now it's got a second and a third and a fourth. You can see right there's a couple broken wires, maybe even a fifth broken wire there. So this rigging is going to need to be replaced. That's only on one of the small stays. That only goes from here up to there, not all the way up to the top of the mast. It's not the main one, it's the smaller, lighter one, so it's not, you know, point critical, but I kind of had a feeling that was going to get worse as it goes along. I think it'll still hold out for a little bit till we get down to Florida. I don't think I'm going to be doing that much more sailing going forward from here, but just thought I would have it ready and together. So let me see what I missed here in the chat, if anything. Nope, nobody at all. Okay, cool. The one thing though that I wanted to touch base with everybody about, one of the main concerns that made me decide to go ahead and buy this other dinghy, even though I could really not afford it, and it's taking just about all my funds to do that. See, the thing of it is, it's just me here on the boat, me and the dog, and we don't have a life raft. We don't have a working dinghy right now. So if we ran into a problem, if the boat would start taking on water, we had no other choice but to get wet. Hey, Armco, how you doing? We had no choice but to get wet. And so that kept bringing, you know, that thought kept bringing back up in my mind from a safety issue for me and my crew, which that's got to be rule number one on the boat, is safety of me and the crew. It just makes sense that I need to have a working dinghy on the boat, so if something were to happen, I can get off the boat. Now, on the way here, I have bumped a number of objects with all the hurricane damage going on. There's a lot of stuff floating in the water. In fact, there's a log floating. There's a log floating right over there. So there's a lot of you know, hazards to navigation out there that have to be dealt with, and I've already thumped a few of them, so I have concerns about thumping some more. And it just seemed like the smart thing to do, the prudent thing to do, even if it does hurt a little financially, is to make sure, you know, for everyone's safety to be tantamount. And I find it interesting that, you know, I've been discussing this now for a day and a half with people here on my channel, and nobody thought to bring up that concept, you know, and it's the one thing that's been in the back of my mind all along, especially after having bumped a couple logs and stuff coming up through the channels on the ICW. I haven't, you know, broken the hull or anything, or pierced the hull, but you can. It happens all the time. It's very possible that I could do that. My little automatic bilge that I have installed in there, frankly, I don't think it's capable of handling a major intrusion like that. Nor would the whale pump, I don't think, really be able to handle a major, you know, if you pop a 6-inch hole in the side, the boat's going down. I don't care what kind of pump you got. Get off me, bug. Got a little fly on me. So I think from a safety standpoint for me and the crew, the smartest thing to do is to make sure that we have a working dinghy, so that should this boat sink, we have something that we can get into. And that to me was the overwhelming issue and thought, aside from everything else, aside from the fact that I'm going to need a dinghy once I get to Florida so I can work, aside from the fact that it would be convenient to have a dinghy to get ashore and stuff many places where I've been along the ICW. Aside the fact that it'd be great to be able to take Miss Lily ashore more often so she can go do her business. I mean, there's a lot of those kinds of things. But really the critical thing, the important thing is that if anything happens to the boat, we have something to step off of this boat onto and be able to get ourselves to someplace safe. So, howdy neighbors. How you guys this morning? Did you have a fun walk around bout?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, a little bit. Now we're heading out.
Okay. I can get your lines for you if you want.
Yeah, it's fine. There's no wind.
Yeah, there's no wind at all, is there? You can put them on and just sit there. Actually, I thought I saw you guys pull out earlier, but it must have been some other boat I saw pull out. I had to laugh earlier. There was a big motor yacht at the fuel dock. And oh, that's who we pulled out, was that sailboat that was over there.
Yeah.
The way that fuel dock's at an angle and as big as that power boat was, when he backed in there, that sailboat couldn't move. He had him jammed in there so he couldn't get out past them. And that sailboat guy just sort of standing there looking around like, now what, you know? Fortunately, the guy was just in putting on 1,000 gallons of fuel, as those big things do, you know. So, anyhow, this is the crew of Marisol here. This is Frank and Darlene, right? Charlene. Okay, Charlene. I'm bad at that. I got the Frank part. I was 50%.
Yeah, that's the easy one.
There you go. So you can see they've got a Catalina 32. It's a really nice boat. It's got a sugar scoop rear end on it, which to me is a real nice situation. Got seating in the back here for driving the boat, so you can look down the side. Really comfortable cockpit. Just a really nice, well-organized boat. Got a solar vent in the hatch. Nice stainless steel turnbuckle covers. This is what you call a really fine boat. So, heavy-duty traveler. For being a little Catalina, it's a nice little boat. Really is. Very, very nice looking little boat. So, huh. Hey Frank, can I ask a dumb question? Why do you have lines wrapped around where your stays enter the hull? Huh. Because the what?
The jib lines for catching.
Oh, okay.
Stick.
And it stops anything from jamming up underneath there. I see, okay.
Yep.
This is what I was talking about, folks.
Yeah.
See how he's got these lines sort of wrapped around in there. They're just to stop other things from getting tangled up underneath there. Yep, that makes a lot of sense. Good.
Yeah, we would come about and be stuck up there, and it was always at the very worst possible time.
Always, yeah.
All up there and trying to get them undone.
That makes complete sense. I can see that.
It's kind of an experiment. We haven't used it a lot yet to do that, but I think it'll work.
Huh. Yeah, it should. Just keep anything. I mean, you got line already jammed up in there, so
Right.
stop anything else from getting up in there. So,
Right.
yeah, that's a great idea. Oh yeah. Huh. Nice. Well, you guys have a good day.
Thank you.
All right, kids. Well, anyhow, so I'm going to go ahead and end this. I'm going to go take this head over to the consignment shop and pay for my dinghy. And hopefully it'll be here sometime later today and I can get on the road. Depending on what time it gets here will depend on whether I head out tonight or spend another day here in Oriental. So anyhow, kids, we'll have more for you later. I don't think there was anything in the chat. Oh, there you go. Hey, Armco, how you doing? David, morning. I think you're making the right decision. Okay, cool. I appreciate that. Hey, Bob, how you doing? So, all right, guys, we'll have more for you later. Bye.